Hey guys, it's been a long time since I've done a channel updates video. It has been so extremely busy here. So if you haven't heard already, I'm planning a fragrance fair here in San Francisco on June 26, 27, and 28. So we basically got the idea to do this last summer. So the idea kind of gestated in June, and we were putting feelers out with brands and companies that are involved in doing shows or participating in shows. And throughout the rest of the year, I was talking to a lot of folks. And so the show was actually going to initially kick off at the beginning of the year or late last year, but it took us some time to kick it off. But I wanted to make sure to do it this year and to do it the dates we're doing it because of a couple of events happening in Northern California around fragrances. So this is a channel updates video. It's gonna do a lot with ScentFest, some ScentClub stuff, some deep dive videos, and a couple of other surprise things I'm gonna bring up. But it'll be a long video. If you guys are not into videos like this, then please skip ahead to something different. Or if you want to find the details or hear the details about what's going on in my life, this is the video for you, and how the channel will be once the show has come and gone. So yeah, let's get back to ScentFest. As I said, the idea came last summer around June, and it didn't finally kick off until March. So literally, as of the shooting this video, it's only been 2 months and several days since we, did announcement of the show and started booking exhibitors. And I wanted to have a show on the West Coast because, it's so far to fly to New York and then to fly to Europe. I wanted to bring the brands that participate in those shows here to the West Coast. And the best excuse to do it is because of the other shows. And if I didn't do it, somebody else would have come and done it as well. So it's now happening. If you haven't booked your tickets yet, gotten your passes to ScentFest, please do. You're going to be able to smell over 100 fragrances from 100 brands. So you'll probably have around 500 fragrances, give or take, to check out on the 3-day week. And we've got some huge brands coming, great appearances by founders and social media with presence, perfumers, and awesome experiences all around fragrances. Like the Osmotech is doing their very first USA show, and I was so grateful to bring them over. They're the Preservation Society for fragrances, and you'll be able to smell 25 lost fragrances or original formulas of fragrances. So if this is something that's interesting to you, that's basically the ticket of the price, because you really can't drop into the Osmotech in Versailles, France, and say, hey, I want to smell some old fragrance formulas. You'll need to have an appointment, and it's not really open to everybody. So this is actually an awesome thing to be able to do, where you'll come and discover brand new fragrances from niche houses and so on, but also check out some historic fragrances that you probably have never smelled. So that was a very awesome thing I was able to do. And one of the things I wanted to do with the show was to make sure the Osmotech is present. That was one of the things I really wanted to have available for the show. If they weren't participating, I would have been really bummed. And when we first announced that the show was happening on March 8th, and registrations were open, I wasn't hearing back from the Osmotech, so it took a lot of convincing. They've been overwhelmed, slammed, and with personal issues. And so I flew to France, and I was already booked from that trip from late last year, so I didn't want to cancel it because prices had gone way up, and the prices I had gotten for those flights were pretty inexpensive. So it was a good excuse to go meet with the Osmotech and convince them to come, and they are coming. So Thomas Fontaine, who is a perfumer, as the president, will be coming, not Anne Cecile, who is the woman behind the organization, who usually I meet when I go to the shows. So I talked them into it. Thankfully, they're coming. We have a video that I shot with Thomas going over the company. So you'll probably be able to watch that video if it hasn't aired already. But I meet them at all different shows. So they basically do like, I think they've done PT Fragranza, they do Accents, they just did Paris Perfume Week. And I actually asked them when I was in China and Shanghai during Notes Shanghai. So they did that show last October. And when I was there, I said, you guys have to come to our show. Because, we were still deciding on how to do the show at that time, but they had agreed that time. But when we first announced the show that it was finally happening, I didn't hear from them. I was kind of getting concerned, but thankfully they're coming. So this is one of the highlights of the show. It's a great thing to experience, and this is the West Coast. They're coming all the way to San Francisco at our show, so I'm very grateful that they're coming. So, but there's over 50 brands, companies, sponsors, exhibitors booked or registered. And between all of the sponsors, as they are distributors, retailers, there's over 100 brands at the show. So over 500 fragrances you'll be able to smell in one show. So that's actually a pretty big thing for the first time show, and in California, where it's not really perfume capital. I'm very happy that I was able to get all those brands to come. It's we did it in 2 months, pretty much, and we're going to do it again next year. So if you guys haven't booked your tickets to ScentFest, please do. You'll be able to experience some amazing things. And I hope to do this every year, because it was the most I've ever worked in my life. I mean, there's so many moving parts with doing a trade show, which is not really a trade show. It's a consumer show, but it's a trade show. You have to figure out the furniture. You have to figure out how do they register, the ticketing and the exhibitor booking, and then who's producing it. So while we were talking about the idea to do this show autumn of last year into the winter, we were researching production companies that produce events, companies that do these kind of ticketing and registrations, and then the furniture companies. So we found great companies that are helping along. And I think we made a great decision on our first show, because it's going to be very professional. It's not going to be something that's just, tablecloths on a table in a little room. We're also at a very historic venue. It's an awesome venue. I mean, originally we were going to go to a smaller venue, more downtown San Francisco, but judging by the build outs that some of the brands are doing, I don't think they would have been able to get through the elevator, because it was also not on the first floor. It was on the second floor. Our venue now is ground floor, overlooking the Golden Gate Bridge, Alcatraz on the San Francisco Bay. So it's a great location. It's very airy, breezy. And San Francisco in the summer, in June especially, can be drippy sometimes. So it's not necessarily super hot unless there's a heat wave, especially since it's on the coast. It's going to be very fresh. So you get tired with your smelling, go outside, get some fresh air, go have a coffee or something. There's restaurants nearby. You can go have food and then come back in and check out more fragrances. So yeah, but we were looking at a smaller venue, more downtown, but we decided to change it to the Fort Mason. And I'm so happy we did that, because again, with the build outs some of the brands are doing, I don't know how they would have gotten in through the elevator in that building that we were looking at. I mean, the building we were looking at was overlooking the city, and it had a great panoramic view. It was all glass and, nice space, but I think it would have been a bit complicated and challenging. And also, it probably wouldn't have fit the amount of brands we're bringing in here. So anyway, we have over 100 brands, not necessarily like some of our sponsors are not necessarily exhibiting, but they are doing some more interactive and experiential presences. But if you haven't looked at the list of brands and sponsors and exhibitors, please go to the website and check out. It's a long list. It's a nice balance of more luxury, bigger brands along with smaller indie niche kind of brands. So exciting event and first of many to come. There are some perfumers that are in talks to come. Oh, I didn't also mention we haven't, as of the shooting of this video, we haven't publicized the panel sessions. There's probably going to be around 5 to 6 panel sessions, talks that you can actually attend. And so, yeah, it's full programming, all different topics and subjects. One of them is about bananas in perfume as well, because one of our brands is launching a banana fragrance. So it was a great idea to do that theme. Is it a popular note in fragrances, by the way? What are your favorite banana fragrances? So that's one of the topics. I remember this one. And then there's a few others, but we will publicize it on the website very soon. So it's going to be a full-on show. Really, like, what I set out to do with this show is make a show that's similar to what happens in Europe. My inspiration was not necessarily Essence, but that was the very first show I attended for the first time in 2016. Almost 10 years ago. Actually, it's been 10 years ago. And I love Essence. It was a much smaller show. It has become huge, 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 huge. So it's massive. This is not that. I kind of enjoy the more intimate, although I wouldn't say it's really intimate, Pitti Fragranza in Florence, because Essence happens in Milan. And again, it's so massive. It's huge. But Pitti Fragranza happens in an old train station, and I love that venue. I love the city as well, although I don't like the time of the year because it's so hot and humid. But so we were modeling ScentFest SF, something in between Pitti Fragranza, Paris Perfume Week, and maybe a little bit of Scent Explore, because Pitti Fragranza is not a selling show. You can't buy. It's more of a trade show. Paris Perfume Week, you can buy fragrances. Scent Explore, you can. So the idea of the three is basically what I wanted to achieve. And so we are kind of there with the very first show that we're doing. So I'm excited for it. And again, it's the most I've ever worked in my lifetime. I've never worked this hard, this intensely. And I've never been on phone calls and Zooms and whatever other platforms people are using to chat. I've never been on so many in my life. So nonstop worked before we kicked it off on March 8th up until now as of the shooting. We're still working on trying to get companies and brands and exhibitors to register. And so I'm going to need a vacation after it's all done and over with. But we're going to potentially set a date for the future show as soon as the show is over. And I'm not sure we'll do the same weekend, but we shall see. I like this time of year here. It's not super hot. It doesn't get super hot here until August, September, which for me, I traveled to Europe for Pitti Fragranza and TFWA. So I like this time of the year, so we might keep it around this time of the year. But ScentFest SF is really happening. I'm so happy where it's at. I think it's going to be an awesome show. You guys, if you haven't booked yet, please do. Register, book your tickets, book your flights and whatever, and come here and experience an amazing time here in San Francisco for 3 days at ScentFest SF. Anyway, if you have any questions or comments, do list below. I'd like to find out. And again, go check out the list of exhibitors, sponsors, brands and companies that are participating. And if the panel sessions haven't publicized yet, they will be publicized very soon. That will be another link on top. So yeah, there will be panels and talks, and all kinds of brand owners, perfumers will be on panel to have talks and things like that. So yeah, excited for this. Biggest project I've ever worked on. most intense project I've ever worked on, and it's going to be an amazing show. But the other thing is, there will be some events happening as well. Some of the brands are doing parties. The retailers here are doing, I guess, not necessarily parties, but brand events at their stores. And every night from the day before and after the show is over, there's events happening in the stores. ZGO Perfumery and Ministry of Scent will be having events. And there's other brands that are doing events outside of those stores as well. So it's going to be a busy time with Perfume and, you know, events centered around the show. So again, if you guys haven't participated in anything like this, I've been doing them since 2016. So if you're a fan of fragrances, you've gotta participate and come and check it out and end up at the stores with all the brands doing their events and things like that. So get your tickets now. I hope to see you here, and you will have an amazing time. All right, so that's ScentFest SF. Again, please register if you haven't yet. Let's move on to ScentClub and Mystery Box. So we've delayed Mystery Box, unfortunately, because all my focus has been on ScentFest, and we're trying to do our best to launch a not ScentClub, but we've already launched a ScentClub. I'll get to ScentClub in a bit. Mystery Box. We've been focusing on ScentFest. So it's kind of connected, right? ScentClub, ScentFest. ScentClub, we work with the same brands that are potentially participating at our show. So I focused on bringing the brands over to our show. So I've kind of dropped the ball on gathering samples for the Mystery Box. So we will be doing a Mystery Box. I don't have the exact date of launch. And it will also be a smaller than normal Mystery Box because my focus has been, like I said, on ScentFest. But I know you guys have been waiting for a Mystery Box. There will be one sometime very soon. And you'll be the first to know by the time we launch one. But I can't guarantee it's going to be before ScentFest. But we are having one very, very soon. So be on the lookout, subscribe to the channel, sign up for our newsletter for ScentClub, and you'll be notified as soon as we drop it. And since we haven't done one for a long time, last one was in December, although normally winter ones we do in November, we pushed it to December, early December, but we normally launch a Mystery Box by April, and it is May, almost the end of May. So I think we're due for one. So this one will sell out. Plus, I don't think it's going to be as expensive as any other ones we've done. So yeah, be on the lookout. A Mystery Box is coming. And please make sure to subscribe. Hit that bell icon on the channel so you'll be notified right away. Or go sign up for newsletters in our store. That way you'll be notified because we do drop the Mystery Box the day before for people that have signed up to receive emails from us. So that's the Mystery Box. Again, it's coming. I don't have the exact date. I'm not sure if it's before ScentFest or after, because there also have been brands with shortage on samples. That's another thing. I mean, the brands have been producing them and having issues with productions. And the ones that we were working with that were not participating in ScentFest, I've been contacting, and a lot of them have had issues. So that's another reason why the Mystery Box is delayed. Because I was always sure I was going to launch one before ScentFest, but I knew it was going to be a smaller than normal one. But we've had problems just with not only me not reaching out to the brands as much as I used to before, but also because some of the brands that I've reached out to have had problems. So it's coming. Just be on alert. It's coming soon. I do want to say we had a ScentClub Kit 19 launch recently. If you haven't gotten it yet, we do have some pretty rare fragrances in there. As you can see, we have Dusita's Light of Bangkok here. It's a gorgeous lemongrass tea style aromatic woody fragrance. Super fresh. Really wonderful offering. We have Pessad's Orris Cocoon here. Also a woody aromatic fragrance. I love that. Both of these are really awesome. I mean, all three of them are really great, but I think the Never and Again Festival might be a bit on the daring side. It's super sexy, by the way. My fulfillment team was saying that it reminded them of Drakkar Noir, and I'm like, Drakkar Noir? What the heck? This to me is very earthy, but also I feel like it's gray. It has a gray smell to it. It's dusty. Again, it's the edgiest of the three in the kit. What are your thoughts if you've gotten the kit? Let me know. Add a comment below. But as I said, kit 19 is out now. You can get yourself a kit and enjoy these fairly difficult to find fragrances. The Dusita is exclusively made for the Bangkok Mandarin Oriental Hotel. I think you can see it on the label there. And you can also buy it from the Dusita store, but you can't go to a store here locally in the States and smell this because it's only available at the hotel in Bangkok and in on the Dusita website. And then the Orris Cocoon from Pesad is, well, anyway, let me tell you something. If you wanted to buy a bottle of the Light of Bangkok, I do have a link to it. You can order it from Dusita's website. And we do have a discount code for it. But going back to the Pesad Orris Cocoon, there's no distribution on this fragrance yet. So if you fall in love with it, let us know. Add a comment below. It's a gorgeous scent. It's a really beautiful Orris Iris focused fragrance. It's airy. It's also a bit ethereal, but super gorgeous. The Never and Again, I do have a discount code as well. I'll have it in the info box. Or if I forget to put it, please write a comment so I make sure to add it in there. Because sometimes with ScentFest, it's just becoming super intense. But I do have a discount code for Never and Again Festival and Light of Bangkok by Parfums Dusita. And as soon as we can figure out Pesad and how to order it, we'll let you know about it. But get yourself your kit if you haven't been able to get it yet. And don't forget, we also have number 18 available. That's also available in the store. So that's the section on ScentClub kits. Again, I'm sorry about the mystery box. My focus was, it's been on ScentFest all year long because, as I said, we really started getting into it late last year. Didn't kick off until March. But knee deep in trying to get the show together and launch it in the best way. But I think once the show is over, even though we're going to pick out a new date for next year, I don't think production will start. I'll pretty much go back to normal here for a bit. I do need to take some time off and take it easy because it's been pretty stressful. I've worked my ass off and I've also been keeping up with videos as much as I can. Sadly, I haven't been doing deep dive videos. Unfortunately, it takes a lot of time to plan and to shoot because if I do a 3-hour long video, it takes about 5 hours to plan it out and shoot it and all that kind of stuff. But we'll get back to the deep dives as well. I know you guys love them. But thankfully, I've shot several deep dive videos before we went into ScentFest SF deeply. And I was able to convert a lot of the deep dives into smaller, shorter videos. Because I know some of you don't like long form videos. Some of you really love them. Now it's a nice balance. And I'll get back to doing deep dives because I really enjoy them. And don't worry, I'll get back to them. The first deep dive I'm going to do is an iris focus deep dive. So I don't know. Is it going to launch before this? Let's see. We'll see. If it launches before this, then go find it. If not, it'll come after this. But maybe this video will air before, I don't know. But the deep dives will go back. If there's any videos you want to see on the channel, any themes, any deep dives, let me know. Add a comment below, and I can take notes down to, make sure to do the videos for you guys. Because I really do enjoy doing content. And I've got a YouTube manager who's also pushing me to do lives and to start memberships. So we probably will start those after the show is over because he's been pushing me to do them right away. And I said, no, my focus has been on ScentFest SF. That comes first. I want to make sure it's a really amazing experience. So I'm sorry I've been slacking on the channel, guys. But again, I bit off a lot here with ScentFest SF. I've never produced a fragrance show before and this size of a fragrance show. I mean, sure, I could have done, like I said, tables in a room with tablecloths and, setups of perfume, but I wanted to make sure it was done very professionally so that there's room to do more in the future. So yeah, I'll get back to normal with shooting. You'll see some new content soon here and there, but I still have a ton of content that I'm airing as part of previous deep dive videos. Like I have a whole bunch of ones from the vintage perfume notes video that I haven't aired yet, which will come soon. Some from the vanilla, some from spring, and some from what else? Vetiver. There was a Vetiver deep dive that I did. So I had my editor cut them down and make them into videos. But the one that got the most views was the soft musks video. I'm surprised you guys really love them. I really love them, and I love the total opposite as well. Like I like really super potent fragrances, but on the other side, I also really love soft musks since skin scents. So I'm surprised that one got a lot of views. I guess there's a lot of fans out there for these kind of videos. So yeah, we'll do more on that as well. But I think the first deep dive I will do on Iris, an Iris focused deep dive. Let's see if I can get 100 in there. I most likely can. And we'll definitely have Orris Cocoon in there because it's definitely Iris. Maybe we'll have Harmonious in there because it's Iris. But yeah, I'll put that together and back to normal on the channel. Last but not least, going back to ScentFest SF, if I haven't aired the video yet, I am launching a new fragrance at ScentFest SF as part of a collab with another brand. So I did a separate video on this. I haven't revealed the name of the brand and the perfumer. It's actually a perfumer-owned brand. Perfumer brand owner. Is that correct? Yeah. So it's the first project I started on a fragrance. I actually went to the brand and asked because we do have a connection. Our cities are connected somehow. I mean, we have these connections. So I said, let's make a fragrance on San Francisco and your city. So there's that connection, and the fragrance is inspired by our two cities, and the brand will be here, and we'll kick off and premiere the fragrance at the show with very limited quantities. And after that, we will launch the fragrance in autumn, exclusively at a retailer in the States. And I think it'll roll out exclusively at a few other international locations. So it's an indie perfumer, artisanal perfumer, and it's inspired by our two cities. It's another creamy fragrance like Juicebox's 54, but there's no patchouli in this. This is more of a green, floral, creamy gourmand. So there's cannabis in the notes. There's light spices, but lots of white floral notes like jasmine, two varieties of jasmine. There's muguet, which is lily of the valley. There's pittosporum, which was what I had to have in the fragrance because there's a lot of pittosporum trees here. There's orange blossom. And then there's custard in the notes, cashews or caramelized cashews with woods and musk in the base. So different than Juicebox's 54. And I started this before Juicebox 54. I actually went to the brand and said, let's do the fragrance. 2 months before Juicebox came to me and said, let's do 54. This fragrance has had problems getting off the ground because of the quantities that have to be produced are a lot for one indie artisanal perfumer to make. So yeah, it's kind of finally launching. It was supposed to launch before the Juicebox, so it's taken that long. Go figure. But it's kind of like, wow, timed out perfectly with ScentFest SF, right? So if you like my tasting fragrances, you'll enjoy this one. Again, it's cannabis and white flowers, little light spices, and gourmandy, creamy notes, custard, caramelized cashews, woods, and musky notes in the base. It's going to be awesome. Very limited quantities at ScentFest SF. So if you want a bottle, get it before it runs out. And of course, it'll launch in the autumn exclusively at a retailer. So that's kind of pretty much it here for the channel updates. Again, I haven't done one of these. Maybe when I focus a bit more after the show is done, I will come back and do another one. But as I was saying, my YouTube manager is asking me to do lives and channel memberships for exclusive content. So perhaps I'll incorporate those in the near future and have exclusive content for members of the channel and maybe do lives. I don't know. I haven't done lives here. I'm not sure I like them as much as I do, shooting, like doing a 3-hour video. I've thought about doing it live, right? A deep dive. I mean, if I have to break for, to go to the bathroom or something, I can't really do it on live. Or most importantly, I can't fit 100 fragrances here. So I have to like stop the camera, take everything off the counter, go and find 50 more and put those on. So it's not really doable with 100, maybe with 50. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, my manager is pushing me to do lives. We'll see if I can get on that and the memberships. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching this channel updates video. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Please go and register for ScentFest SF. It's going to be an amazing event. There's going to be awesome brands, awesome perfumers, and some surprises as well. I really, really hope you guys can come and enjoy the show. First one of many to come in the following years. So thanks again for watching. Please, if you have any questions or comments, list below. Please like the video. Please share it. Give a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon as well. That way it helps with the algorithm. See you guys later. Bye-bye.